Have you ever found yourself wondering why bread and wine taste the same even after consecration? When the priest says the prayer over bread and wine to be changed into body and blood of Christ, we don't see or taste the difference. Why? Does that mean that they are still bread and wine? I will begin by saying only wheat bread and grape wine can be used during Mass. During the celebration of the Eucharist, the glorified Christ becomes present under the appearances of bread and wine in a very unique way. The moment the priest or the bishop say the words of consecration, the words of Christ at the Last Supper, "This is my body, and this is my blood," bread and wine become the body and blood, soul and divinity of Christ. And Christ is present in the Eucharist also as true God and true man. The taste and the appearance of bread and wine remain the same, but that does not mean change did not take place. This change that happens at this time is called transubstantiation. In the Eucharist, only the substance of the bread that changes, but the accidents still remain of bread and wine. And since we cannot see substance with our naked eyes, then we see and taste bread and wine. But what underlies true substantial change is body and blood, soul and divinity of Christ. Take note, there are two types of changes that can occur to a thing: accidental change or substantial change. In an accidental change, only the accidents change. Accidents are what make a thing what it appears to be, but not what it really is. For example, when a child reaches adulthood, the characteristic of the human person change in many ways. That does not mean he or she is not the same person. It means some accidents have changed. In substantial change, it's only the substance that changes. A substance is that what makes something what it is, and not what it appears to be. If we are told to describe a human person, we may be tempted to use the physical attributes of what we see. For example, if you are told to describe me, maybe you will say medium height, dark skinned, dark hair, always smiling. But you realize even if tomorrow I'm not smiling, or something burns me, and my skin become white or spotted, or I dye my hair to red, all this may not make me not be Kibaki. This means there is something about me that is in your mind and cannot be changed. Allow me to call it Kibakiness. And that Kibakiness is what we call substance. Anyway, let me go back to substantial change itself. Here, a good example. When a goat or a cow eat grass, the grass is incorporated into the body of that goat, meaning that the grass is changed into flesh of that goat. When this change of substance occurs, however, the accidents or characteristics of the grass do not remain, but changed into the flesh of the goat. If you are doubting whether the grass becomes flesh of the goat, try feeding the animal with herbs that contain some skin and later slaughter it. Then the flesh will contain that skin of the leaves you fed it with. Do not forget that substance of a thing rarely changes unless if the thing is completely finished.